Well, here we are again. It's good to see you here as we travel to Pildappa Rock and to the west coast of the Eyre Peninsula. My name is David Foster. My wife Nolene Magnuson and I travel throughout Australia looking for birds and spectacular scenery to photograph. Join us on our journeys through this great country of Australia. Well, we've left Mount Ive and we're now on our way to Pildappa Rock. The weather forecast is for very, very strong winds later today and tomorrow, so we're not exactly sure how hot things are going to be like. So we'll just take it easy and we might change our mind and head somewhere else, depending on the wind. And, well, we don't really have any definite plans as to where we should be or where we shouldn't be. So we'll just take it as it comes. Nolene's busy wandering down the road at the moment, trying to see if she can find some birds. Hopefully she'll add to her tally, and you never know, we might even get close to a wedge-tailed eagle. We did see one fly off earlier. Along the road to the National Park, we stopped for a look at the ruins of the Pildappa shearing shed. It must have been a really hard life for the shearers living and working in such an isolated place. The wind was starting to pick up in strength and speed, so we didn't stop in the Gawler Ranges National Park. We planned on coming back tomorrow after the wind had died down. The dirt roads through the National Park were in good condition, although once we left the park, major roadworks were being carried out. The wind was blowing strongly when we reached Pildappa Rock. We tucked ourselves into a sheltered little corner to wait out the storm. Here we are at Pildappa Rocks. We arrived here yesterday and the wind was blowing a gale. It wasn't very pleasant at all, and it wasn't until late afternoon that the wind died down and we were able to go for a bit of a walk, climb up onto the rocks and see a little bit of something. But last night it started raining and it rained on and off, and today we have showers. We do have some wind, but generally, it seems to be getting better. This afternoon things are supposed to get better, so tomorrow morning head off and hopefully we'll make it all the way out to Smoky Bay. Maybe buy some oysters. Well, we're in Streaky Bay. Streaky Bay is a fishing town, really. Most people who come here and stay here come here for go fishing. Last night we were at Smoky Bay, which is a fairly nondescript, tiny little settlement with a very pleasant camping caravan park. We went there purely and simply because it is one of the major oyster producing bays in South Australia, and David felt as though he wanted to have some oysters. So we bought a dozen oysters and Nolan bought some prawns, and we had a most enjoyable dinner last night. Murphy's Haystacks are on private property and a small fee is charged to visit them. You can camp here, although the only facilities are flushing toilets. There is a story that coach drivers in the late 19th century used to tell their passengers that the farmers here produced so much hay from the land that their haystacks could be seen from miles and miles away. We found this bearded dragon relaxing in the sun near our campsite. We're at Murphy's Haystacks, a group of granite Inselbergs on a top of a hill in the middle of the Eyre Peninsula. Inselbergs are the German words for island rocks or mountains, and it relate to this type of geological formation. About 1,500 million years ago, this lovely pink granite was extruded from the earth, and over the centuries, well, millions of years, until about 100,000 years ago, they weathered and slowly turned into the form that we see today. We camped the night just down below here in quite a pleasant spot, listening to the sounds of the sheep bleating, and we were there on our own, and it was a very, very quiet and pleasant night, although it was a bit cold. Well, here we are, leaving Murphy's Haystacks and heading off on my way to Elliston. Not sure where we're going to stop on the way. It was time for a coffee break, and we detoured to the small settlement of Venus Bay. Venus Bay is very popular with crane nomads on fishing holidays. Apparently the catches are very good. Unfortunately, the cafe was closed when we got there. Well, we're at Woolshed Caves on the west coast of the Eyre Peninsula. It's low tide, so it's not particularly spectacular, because at high tide, the water's rushing through the campsite. One of the best things about Elliston is the spectacular cliff
To clean the
drive.
windscreen for you.
Along the way in various places there are sculptures. You can debate whether or not these sculptures have any great artistic merit or not, but they are spectacularly situated and it does make for a great drive. Oh, by the way, the black mark on the large statue there is a swarm of native bees. They found a hole in the sculpture and have created their hive inside the sculpture. After leaving Elliston, it was a short drive along the main road to our next stop at the beautiful Sheringa Beach. It is a really lovely place to stay. Here we are. We're at Sheringa Beach. We've been here before, some many years ago, but it's changed quite a bit since we were here last. The camping bays are now more clearly defined. There's brand new toilets and shower. There's a cold shower if you want it. I don't think we'll be indulging in that.
And it costs $20.
And it costs $20 for a night. Place is well maintained, so you are getting something for your money. It's not as though the council's taking the money and not doing something with it. The facilities really are of quite a high standard. It's a beautiful beach, and it's really a delight to go there. There was there was one other person here when we arrived this morning, and now it's full.
There's only 10 sites though.
There's only 10 sites, but it is full. Anyhow.
And they're all fishing on the beach?
No, not all. Most.
A lot.
Most of them are Victorians. We followed quiet dirt roads through pleasant countryside to reach Farm Beach. This was a strange, messy place. Then it was south through fields of rapeseed, canola, to reach the caravan park at Coffin Bay. in Coffin Bay. We're staying at the caravan park in town. It's a pleasant enough caravan park, but nothing special. And it's surprisingly full. We haven't had this many people around us for now nearly 2 weeks. So it's all come as a bit of a shock. Coffin Bay is famous for its oysters, and it's set on a beautiful series of bays and peninsulas. And then of course there's the national park around not far away. It really is a very, very attractive place. One of the things about Coffin Bay town is that emus from the national park just wander through the town. So wherever you go, you're just likely to see 1, 2, 3, up to half a dozen emus eating from the grass around the town. And it really is very, very pleasant to see them there. We're just about to pack up and start to head home. We've got one overnight stop tonight in Port Augusta, and tomorrow we'll be home. So this will be the end of this video. It's only been a relatively short trip. It's been quite a good one. We've seen quite a lot of things which we haven't done before. Been to a couple of places which we have been to before. So come along and join us on our next trip, wherever it may be. I'm not sure at this stage. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you coming along with us on these little journeys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe on YouTube.